The line went dead. By 1:11 a.m., Bondi was in her private law office in downtown Tampa, keying in the code to a hidden safe behind a portrait of Ronald Reagan. She retrieved a sealed manila envelope. Inside was a 2-terabyte SSD drive and a typed note. The note read, "For Sigma Black use only. Audio contains recorded communications between House intelligence members and an undisclosed operative. Top priority, Schiff." Pam plugged the drive into her encrypted laptop. A folder labeled Echo Delta popped up. Inside were dozens of audio files, dated from late 2019 to early 2021. She clicked on the first labeled Schiff Rome Intercept 01.wave. The voice was unmistakable. "This has to be clean," said Congressman Adam Schiff. "No fingerprints, no trails. If we get this into the media correctly, Trump won't survive the week." Another voice answered, "The source from Rome is ready. We push it to our assets at Langley and let the Bureau handle the rest." Pam sat back, shocked. Rome? Langley? Assets? This wasn't just political gamesmanship. This was covert coordination. This was a takedown. And they had it on tape. Bondi contacted Eric Hamilton, a former intelligence analyst turned whistleblower who now worked under an alias. Within hours, they had decrypted metadata from the audio files and confirmed at least 6 foreign intelligence operatives were referenced, including one connected to MI6. "This isn't just about Schiff," Eric said, pacing around the small safe house. "This implicates a faction within the intel community. Foreign collusion. But not the kind the media was screaming about in 2016. He pointed to a digital map on the wall with red pins across Washington, D.C., London, and Rome. They were trying to create a crisis, a manufactured intelligence leak designed to disable Trump's presidency and discredit future campaigns. This is next-level psychological warfare." Pam didn't flinch. "Then we go public." Eric shook his head. "They'll spin it. Say it's AI, deepfakes, whatever. You need verification from someone inside the system." She paused. "What about Durham?" John Durham had maintained a low profile since his special counsel appointment. But when Bondi contacted him with the phrase, "Sigma Black activated," he responded immediately. They met in a remote cabin in New Hampshire, snow still piled thick against the windows. Durham listened to the audio files in silence, expression tight. Finally, he said, "This audio, it matches intercepted chatter I came across back in 2020. We couldn't trace it then, but now with this is proof. I'll testify if it goes to trial." Pam raised an eyebrow. "Testify? You think this'll get that far?" Durham nodded grimly. "They'll try to kill this in the media. But the moment we show an unaltered original, verified by NSA forensics, there's no way Schiff walks away clean." He handed her a USB. "This is the cross-reference. Dates, timestamps, known communications. Back it up. Store it in 3 locations. And tell Trump he was right." It was 6:02 p.m. when Trump held a surprise press conference from Mar-a-Lago. Flanked by Bondi and Durham, he stepped up to the podium with his usual flair. "I know you all love breaking news," Trump began. "And believe me, this is the biggest, most explosive story since the Russia hoax." He tapped the microphone. "We have evidence, real evidence, of a coordinated intelligence operation involving Adam Schiff, foreign actors, and senior bureaucrats. They were trying to remove a sitting president. Me." A wave of murmurs spread through the press. "Audio tapes, verified by intelligence experts. And I have them. The American people deserve to know." That night, conservative media exploded. Clips of Schiff's voice played on a loop, but mainstream outlets cast doubt. "Unverified," CNN's Kyron read. Experts warn of deepfake possibility. Schiff himself went on MSNBC, calling it the latest disinformation campaign. But Bondi wasn't done. A second tape dropped online 2 days later. This time it was a conference call between Schiff and two unnamed officials. Schiff, we push the FISA narrative. Make it stick. Trump's allies are distractions. Bondi, Jordan, Nunes, smear them early. The internet blew up. Twitter locked trending tags. Facebook removed the clip. But it was too late. A forensic analyst from the NSA, under oath, confirmed the files were authentic and unaltered. Congress erupted. Calls for Schiff's resignation spread like wildfire. A special committee formed within a week, and then the final bombshell hit. On a third, encrypted file labeled Last Ditch Protocol, Bondi found a spreadsheet. Names, dozens. Journalists, judges, lobbyists. Each marked with a status: compliant, target, neutralized. She showed it to Durham. He paled. This was a psychological influence operation, he said, an active blacklisting system. They were controlling narratives by coordinating media pressure and intelligence leaks. Pam asked, "What do we do?" Trump answered over speakerphone, "We go nuclear." 3 weeks later, Congress held an emergency public hearing. Schiff was subpoenaed and forced to testify. Under pressure and evidence mounting, he cracked. "I did what I thought was necessary," he said. "He was a threat to democracy." The room went silent. Pam stepped up to the microphone. "You became the threat." Durham presented the evidence chain. Trump watched it all from a secure room, flanked by former military advisors and media teams. Operation Clean Slate was launched, a full public disclosure campaign. Names from the blacklist were notified. Journalists turned. Internal dissent grew. The media couldn't hold the line. In weeks, the narrative flipped. Trump's approval soared. Bondi became a national figure overnight. Schiff resigned. Multiple DOJ officials were indicted. 3 foreign nationals were extradited. And the phrase Sigma Black entered political legend. Trump announced a new media venture promising transparency and truth bombs weekly. Pam Bondi was offered a run for vice president. She didn't answer, yet. At Mar-a-Lago, Trump stood once again on the balcony, the air still warm, the stars unusually bright. He turned to Eric Hamilton beside him. "They said we were crazy," he said with a grin. "But crazy always wins when it's right." Eric nodded. And this time, the tapes didn't lie. The end